Welcome to GeoBite. A farmer wants to grow rice grains in his farm. For this, the land is plowed, watered, and fertilized with fertilizers. After few days, weeds were grown in the farm. He removed them and defended his farm and eventually yielded good yields. Everything is fine. What about these weeds? The farmer did not plant them. But from where did they come? If we ask the farmer, what happens if you don't take them? He says that it is natural for weeds to grow in the soil. And if we do not remove them in the early days, they will strengthen and damage the whole rice crop. Similarly, man does just that. But unnecessary thoughts keep coming. That is the nature of the mind. We must do almost as a farmer's farming to make a fickle mind, going from observing ideas to dismissing the useless thoughts. Otherwise, they will strengthen and hinder our true goals and prevent us from achieving success. So as the farmer farms and understands the nature of the farm, the mind must understand its nature and control the ideas, and the good ideas of how the farmer can grow the original crop should be strengthened and nurtured towards development. Strengthening good thoughts and controlling your mind is the key to success. Trying to do so is yours. Some great scientists have worked together to make a great rocket. Their mission is to launch a rocket made of high technology with sufficient fuel and put it in a desired orbit. What if the rocket uses low-grade fuel? If we use low-grade fuel for the rocket, it collapses in between. It's just us and our body. Our body is millions of times bigger and more valuable than a man-made rocket or a supercomputer. But if today's youth falls into the noble body, when and if it does, then it is without discipline and feeding the worst materials and damaging its potential, hurting it physically in the middle without using the body machine to achieve the goal of life. That is why today's youth should think, if we use the high-grade fuel to the machine, then the body is a great machine. How good food should be fed to it? Why do we need to spoil our ability by eating gutkas, pan parags, cigarettes, alcohol, chats, pani puris, pizzas, burgers, etc.? There are about 60 trillion cells in our body doing their job every moment. Our heart supplies about 6 tons of blood per day to the 60 trillion cells via the long blood vessels. No supercomputers and radars can pull off the great power of our brain. We have a femur, which is the thigh bone, that is stronger than concrete. But due to the bad habits and lack of proper eating habits, this damages the heart, dull the brain with intoxicants, making the bones weak and spoiling our body with our own hands. Is this necessary? Think once. Besides, the body needs enough exercise. Without proper exercise, the body quickly degenerates. If anyone says to do exercise, people are wondering that why from now onwards? We are fine now. Won't get up early in the morning. Do not do exercise. They feel happy if we leave them like that. They feel annoyed when the people tell them to do all these things. But this happiness won't last ever. If exercise with proper discipline is not there, then the body becomes heavier to themselves. Regardless of how strong and expensive the diet is, the body also needs enough hard work. For example, a young man is very fascinated and bought a very expensive bike. He was very well taken care of that at first. He used to not give even the friends asked him. Used to tell many reasons. For a while, the young man lost interest in his bike and stopped wiping it, servicing it, and changing engine oil. For a while, he completely ignored it. What happens? Then the parts of the bike became corrosive and become tightened and eventually damaged. Just like our body also should be serviced and cleaned. It will also look like just as good as when it is new. That means our body also needs servicing. As said servicing, don't go to bike servicing center for it. Everything is in our hands. Similarly, eating a proper and moderate amount of food and amount of exercise for an hour per day or doing something that is good for your body, such as yoga, swimming, karate, kung fu, kabaddi, boxing, dance, etc. for at least 1 hour a day. Toxins are effectively eliminated by exercise. The blood supply to each organ is well done. The body makes good use of inhaled oxygen. Another important one, giving the body enough rest, at least 6 to 8 hours. If no proper rest is given, then the above mentioned everything is of no use. Therefore, it is important for our body to have adequate rest along with proper exercise, keeping your body healthy with expert advice. For physical and mental health, yoga and meditation are very good if practiced, and especially practiced by the experienced. Invigorate your daily activities with the energy that comes with exercise. A meeting is being held in a village. A Swamiji was speaking in that meeting. An old man with his grandson was passing by that meeting and stopped there and listened to the speech. The speech was not well understood by the young boy, who clarified his doubts with his grandfather after coming home. This is the message conveyed by a Swamiji named Sri 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 Sainatha Ramaswamy. Swamiji's message is that we are working from morning till midnight. Does that make any sense in the work? For whom are you doing? Are you doing it for yourself? You are being sad every day. Know what to do to relieve your grief. There is only one way to do it. The way to know yourself. So did Swamiji's speech. After that speech, the grandfather and grandson went home and rested that night. Swamiji's message raised some doubts to the grandson and pushed them to the grandfather. The grandson asked the grandfather, "Grandson, why does Swamiji ask that? Do we have meaning in our work?" Grandpa, "Yes, my dear, many people do many things. The man who does his work is not being useful for him, his family, and for the society. Everything that man does must have some meaning. He must act with discretion as to whether his work is good or not. Fail to do so would cause man to be in sorrow every day." Grandson, "If you want to lose your grief, know yourself. What is that?" Grandpa, asked a good question. How do you know the world without knowing yourself? You don't know yourself exactly. How do you understand others? That's why you need to know yourself first. Who are you? What is your aim in life? Without giving a meaning to your birth, what is the purpose of your life? Correct yourself beforehand. God has not entrusted you to serve all things. Previously, a person was about to change this world, but he realized that he has to change himself. That is a little change in the world. If you understand and change yourself, because man is also a part of the world. Ignorance is the cause of sorrow. Grieve with the sword of discretion. Grandson, what is life, Grandpa? Grandpa, life is nothing but we do not know how long we will be from birth. There will be some time when time dips. So, this is the moment we should take advantage of every moment. Developing knowledge, doing good deeds, and setting higher goals and advance in your life. If you do not take the time to do so, that becomes painful. Do you know who is the greatest in the world? The one who takes the advantage of time. If you use the time every second and then to walk in the good and high way of life, the golden path is ensured to your life. You are recognized in society. So leave the little things behind and think about higher things. Grandson, what are little things? Grandpa, for example, you are going from a side of a bookshop. You found some books there. Some of them are related to the movies or hero, and some of them provide knowledge and personality development. Which one will you buy? Grandson, 2. Grandpa, don't answer intelligently. In fact, if the cost is higher, by leaving your meal at least, buy good books that provide knowledge. If you buy something else like lesser ones instead of the higher ones, you lose valuable thing. Grandson, most thanks, Grandpa. You said a good thing. Anything else, Grandpa? Wanna listen? Grandpa, why not, dear? A great scholar started a journey after traveling a short distance on his vehicle. It is not known how to proceed from there, which is of 4 roads. Seeing that there was someone nearby the pond sitting over there, the scholar called him from afar. but he did not hear. Called again louder, yet he did not listen. No matter how many times he called, he did not move a little. Finally, the scholar went up to him and slapped with his hand on his back and asked, "How many times I called you? Why are you not at all responding?" "My vision is all over the fish rod. I am thinking that it will sink and fish may be caught. That's why I did not listen to you," said the boy. Immediately the scholar thought, what kind of concentration and initiation did the boy have for a little fish? Great concentration on great things, great works can be done and can achieve higher goals. He had taught me a good lesson. He bowed down and walked away. Grandson: Good grandpa, from now on I also walk in the same path. Grandpa: That's not all. Beware of your friends who comes to you for little things. Some come to you and say, "Come on, let's go, study later." And also says, "Are people developing who study?" Not only that, they also encourage about the worst things and addictions. They are not your friends. Leave them ruthlessly. Those who lead you towards good things are your friends, and those who have such lofty feelings become your friends. Grandson: That is, those who encourage us to be good? Grandpa: Yes. Sri Swami Vivekananda was telling a story. A cub escaped in a forest and joined a group of goats. The cub grew up watching the goats for a few years and learned all the habits of those goats. It was also eating grass like a goat and also shouting like it. Once, a lion came there to hunt the goats and saw this cub. Like all goats, the cub has fled. The lion who came to hunt looked it strange and asked the cub, "Why are you running away by seeing me?" The cub was shivering. The cub was forcibly taken away by the lion. "You are not the one who afraids. You are the one who makes everyone afraid. You are not the one who shouts like a goat. You are the one who roars like a lion." Telling him the form is identical to the lion by showing in a pool of water. The lion, who learned to be so, knew what his true nature was. He thanked the lion for proving its strength. It left the goat features and lived like a true lion. What this means is that the people with whom we are friends may become like them for some time. That means we have their bugs. Without the chance, before itself, acquire friends of good habits, good qualities, and good intentions. Friendship with those who are courageous and honest is anyways good for us. What do you say? Think once? Grandson: Thanks, Grandpa. You said many good things. You'll see a change in me from tomorrow. No, from this moment itself. Good night, Grandpa. Grandpa: Good night, grandson. Not in words, show in practice. Thank you for watching. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe to GeoByte.